welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are returning. My name is Hannah. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I'm gonna get into it. It's so nice outside today. It's like in the 60s. It is very much a spring day, and I'd like to walk my dog, so we're gonna do this quickly. I have WIPs. I have haul. I do have haul today. And then I have haul on the way. You know, there's a thing that's happening. I was going to talk about something at the end that's not stitching related. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. We'll see. We'll see how I feel at the end of the video. So we'll talk about stitching first. So let's do WIPs. WIPs. I think I only have 4. Yeah. So I have 4 WIPs. Did I do all of my things to begin with? Yeah, I thanked people. I don't know. It's a good time. Yeah, anyway, let's do it. So, oh, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I was fine before, but like my voice sounds better. It's still a little because it's getting to be springtime now, so it's gonna be but it is what it is. Anyway, WIPs. So the first thing, and the thing I'm currently working on, because it's right here, is Honeymoon Sunset. This is a SAL I'm doing with a couple, oh my gosh, I'm doing it with a couple people, but the hashtag on Instagram is hashtag Honeymoon Sunset SAL. So this is a chart by the Cross Stitch Studio, and the artist is Abraham Hunter. So should have seen what it will look like, and it's still in the hoop because I'm currently working on it. So this is like what we talked about last week. If it's still being worked on, it's going to stay in the hoop until it's not being worked on, and then it'll come out of the hoop. Anyway, here's where we are. So the goal each month is to try to get 1,200 stitches in on this, and as of now, I think I am at 2,100, so I just need like 300 more stitches before I get to the stopping point for February. So I'm doing pretty well. There's only a couple days left in February, but I only have to do the 300 stitches in this, and then I have to do like 800 stitches in my gnome, and then that's it. And then I finish all of my goals for February, so we'll see if I can get there by the end of February. If I can't, I'm gonna go into March. Like, I will take it into, if it's like 1 or 2 days in March, I'm gonna take it into March, because this is a short month, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's where we're at. If you want to know fabric and things, it's always in the description box below, so you can just look and find all the fabric information down below, because I'm not always really good about saying it. And I don't say it for my full coverage pieces because it's pretty much always the same. So there's that. Okay, and then here's the comparison photo. The next thing in my bag is, this is called Amazing Grace, and this is also a SAL that I'm doing. This one I'm specifically doing it with Corinne from Grace Notes Stitchers, but it is open to anybody doing a Tilton Crafts piano SAL. I mean, Tilton Crafts piano. And the, which way does this go? That way. The hashtag on Instagram is, I think it's Tilton Crafts piano emoji SAL. I think. They're all in my Instagram. Like, I have a monthly update in there, and I list all of the hashtags, so it's in there. I know that Debbie from Owl and Gator Stitcher is also stitching on one of the Tilton Crafts pianos, and that's really fun, so just saying. You can use the hashtag if you are doing one of them. And then hopefully you saw what it looked like, but here is where it is. So, the goal for this one each month is to do 1,300 stitches, and I did, so this is at 2,600 as of now, and that is the beautiful, like, drapery on the window. Beautiful. And I love it. It's a little bit darker than the picture shows, but it's still pretty. It was funny when I was working on it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so dark. It's not going to look right at all. I think it looks fine. You can tell that it is a shadowed, like it's a part in the shadow. And then here is a little bit of sunlight, and because the window is going to be like right here. So, super excited. But yeah. Really fun. And then here is the comparison photo. Okay. Let's put you back in here. Sorry for the zippers, but that's the thing that's gonna always happen. So, there's that. Okay, the next one is another SAL. I'm doing a lot of SALs this year, and my SALs are always going to be like in the end of the month. I will work on all my SALs, so this is just going to be a theme through the year, by the way. So this one is a SAL that I am doing with Jess from Stitches of Sass. Kind of. I mean, not kind of, like we are SALing. I don't know why I just closed this. Sorry. I'm going to zipper again. Sorry. We are SALing, but we are not doing the same project. So we are SALing a pattern, each of us, just whatever pattern from Thread Geeks. But we opened this SAL up to anybody who's working on a full coverage, because literally I'm the reason that she started doing full coverages, according to her. So we started this SAL because she was like, I need to SAL a full coverage with you. And what she wanted to stitch on, I didn't want to stitch on. So we were both like, well, why don't we just work on a Thread Geeks pattern? And then I asked her, like, would this mean that we only can open up to people who are doing Thread Geeks? Well, no, not necessarily, because the hashtag is #fullcoverageWho. So if you're working on a full coverage and you want to, like, use the hashtag, please do. I'd love to see what full coverages you're working on. I do check it occasionally, the hashtag on Instagram, and I'd love to see more people working on full coverage pieces. So, I mean, I'm working on like dozens of full coverage, but I'm using this one specifically for that hashtag. So, anyway, this is, let me tell you what it actually is. Oh, I didn't tell you who the artist was or the designer for Amazing Grace. Oh, well, it did. Tilton Crafts, obviously. And the artist for Amazing Grace is Judith Gibson. This chart is Queen of the Night. This is charted by Thread Geeks, obviously. And the artwork is Sarah Richter. And you should have seen what it will look like. And currently, this is where I'm at. So, I'm really excited because, like, yeah, it was a lot of black up here, but now we're starting to get into it, like, really pretty quickly, because it is a pretty small pattern, like, compared to what I'm used to, right? So, anyway, I'm gonna have a lot of, like, breaks in here because a lot's happening. It's a pretty small pattern in comparison to what I'm used to, so this I plan to get done in like 4 years, so this year and then the next 3 years, I plan to have it done. I plan to get to 25% this year, so we'll see if that actually happens. What's that noise? Huh, I don't know. Anyway, you can see here is a little bit of the, like, the twigs that are in her hair. This is the top of it. So, you know, like, it's something more than black. Like Magic Book, just black for years. I love it, but it's black for years. So anyway, yeah, that's where we're at. So the goal for this one each month, I think, is also 1,200. I think 1,200. So this is 24. I think it's either 24 or 26. I don't remember. I think it's 24. I think it's 24 because if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to be 1,200 each month. So I did that. It's not so hard when there's not like super a lot of colors. So anyway, so yeah, doing that with Jess, Stitches of Sass, full coverage who. Join us on Instagram. And then the last one, the comparison photo hopefully was somewhere up here. The last one that I finished after the last video, I didn't finish it, but I finished the part I was working on. This is Medusa. This is charted by Unconventional X Stitch, and the artwork is by Christopher Lovell. And this is the hashtag Unconventional Medusa SAL on Instagram. So if you're working on this piece, then please join us in that hashtag. There's also a hashtag Love on Lovell, I think is the hashtag on Instagram, and that's just if you're working on any Lovell piece. So join that one too. Yeah, so hopefully you saw what it will look like, and here is where it is now. So I did finish the goal, which I can't, at this point, I can't remember what the goal amount is for this one. I think it's 1,300, but I don't remember. Honestly, I have no idea. So, but I did reach the goal, whatever the goal is supposed to be. I think it's 1,300. Maybe it's 1,400. I don't know. I don't remember. But it is done. The amount I'm supposed to be doing is done. So we're seeing those feathers. I can't wait till I get to the snakes in her hair, which are like somewhere over here. So it's going to be at some point here in the next few months we'll start seeing the snakes, but super exciting. Love this. It's very muted colors, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to have like a piece that's very different than any of the other pieces I'm working on. So, and here's the comparison photo. So those are all my WIPs. Those are the WIPs for the week. Next week I should have the WIP calls done. Not done, but like they should have been called. So I will be doing those. Hopefully I will have finished all of my February goals. And we'll go from there. We'll start with the March WIP Go stuff. Hopefully. We'll see what's called. Super exciting. So far, I have completed all of my WIP Go goals up to this point. So I have done 8 WIP Go completions. And I think I've decided that okay, let's back up. Let's go to haul real quick because this part kind of leads into haul, or the haul leads into what I was about to say. So while I was at retreat for Steel City, we got those project bags from Black Cat X Stitchery, and I was on there, and she was showing me, well, I wasn't on there, but she was showing like fabrics that she had for a few project bags that she was going to be making, and she showed this one fabric, and I was like, as soon as you put that in the store, like, I'm buying it. I will have notifications on, so I know when you post new stuff in the store. Done. So the day that she posted that, before she even told me, because she let me know, she actually messaged me, and she was like, hey, I put the bag in the store, but I had already seen it. I was like, done, ready. So I bought it, I messaged back, I said, done, like, done. And so this is the bag. I do have stuff in it right now, but I'll still show you, it's fine. This is the bag. Isn't it adorable? So this is from Black Cat X Stitchery on Etsy. So the inside is like little polka dots, and then she sent me these floss drops. We did get some at retreat as well, so now I have more. And I'm going to keep them in this bag because I'm probably just going to use them with, I put the fox and the swans in here, obviously, because, hello, hi, yeah, needed. This had to happen. So yeah, it's adorable. Look at these little foxes with glasses. I just can't. I can't with the foxes with glasses. I just can't. And like the little bow tie. Or the little tie. It's not a bow tie, it's a tie. I can't. So I got that, and she has her new charms on there. At Retreat there were, I think she had scissors on some of them and black cats on some of them, but these are her charms that she's now going to be using. Little black cats, which makes sense, black cat X stitchery. So yeah, it's amazing, and I love this bag, and I have my project in there already that I'm going to be doing at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this year, next year, when, but that's that. So the reason I wanted to show you the bag is because I think now that I bought that bag and like I don't have plans to buy anymore because I don't know about any more bags that are going to be made. I knew this one was going to be made, so like I needed to buy it when it dropped because I loved it that much. But I think that I've decided that I'm buying no more project bags. I know Jessie Marie does this, and I think I want to do this as well because I don't know of anything else that I can reward myself with when I get like a WIP Go line, any which way it goes. I'm going to reward myself with a project bag each time. So because I have 2 WIP Go boards, I should theoretically get 2 WIP Goes at the same time. So I could get 2 project bags. And the reason I want to do that is because I am running low on project bags. And yes, I could buy the cheap ones off of Amazon, but I really like the fun fancy ones, and I'd like to have a little bit more of them, so I'm going to reward myself with project bag or 2 when I get WIP Goes. So yeah, so no more project bags will be bought until, especially because they're not something I usually like just buy. Like I buy fabric or I buy patterns, like those are just, I can't help myself. But project bags I can help myself, so I'm gonna like let that be my reward so that I can go and look for ones that I really want and not feel like not bad about buying them, but like feel like I'm getting something for doing my WIP Goes. Sorry I keep doing that. This one curl just keeps on like blubbing out. It's just blah. Anyway, I got my hair done this past weekend, so it's looking a lot nicer than it usually does. Anyway, so the next things are my fabric of the month for Gracetoast Fabrics. I finally got them. It takes me, for whatever reason, it takes mine longer to get to me than it does for people who are like in Washington, the state, to get theirs. And I live 2 hours away from Corinne and Colleen. What? Or it's like 2.5. Whatever. I live pretty darn close. I don't live in Washington, the state. So weird, right? But anyway, I got my fabrics of the month. So I will show you both. And everybody should have them at this point because it's like almost the end of the month. So the first one I will show you, I think let's do the neutral first. So I got, I'm in both the Neutral Club and, oh, you know what, I think I forgot to bring one up. Yeah, I did. I'll go grab that. Hold on one second. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm in both the Neutral Club and the Color Club. So the neutral for the month, and I swap every 3 months. The neutral goes into the Lugana and vice versa. So like I get a linen and I get a Lugana, and so, you know, every 3 months, like the neutral might be Lugana for 3 months and then it switches to linen for 3 months. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. So this month my neutral was on the Lugana, and it is called Blackberry Latte, and it's a 28 count Lugana, and this is what it looks like. It's a little more purple than that. Wonder if I play with the lighting, if it will change. Hold on, let me see. I don't think that's gonna do it. It just looks more blue still. That's blue light, so it's definitely not gonna work. No, I mean, it's definitely more purple than that. That looks just gray. There's no way. There's no way. I think that's the best, honestly, but it's more purple than that. It doesn't look as gray. There's no, it's so pretty, but it's not as gray as that. I mean, it is gray, it's a gray purple kind of color. I don't know, it's not that. It's not what you're seeing. Yeah, I can't make it the right color, but it's beautiful. And honestly, this month, I don't know if I like the neutral more or if I like the color more. This was a hard month, because usually I'm like, oh, definitely the neutral, or definitely the color, whatever. This month I have no idea. I like both of them. I already have plans for using this one. I don't have plans for the color yet. We'll see. But the color this month is called Lento, and this is on a 32 count linen. Here, that's much closer to what it actually is. It's a little more, it's a little less blue than it's showing. It's not quite as blue as it's showing up on the camera. Yeah, it's not as blue as that. It's a little more pinky purple than what's showing up. But it is beautiful. Look how beautiful, isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful color. And I get fat halves, so I get a lot of fabric. I get a lot of fabric. It's great. I can use it for a lot of things. But yeah, this is called Lento, and it was funny when Corinne was talking about, you know, her daughter helping her iron and doing all of that. She said that her daughter said it was a lazy color. And I don't see this as a lazy color, in my opinion. Not a lazy color. Like, this is very vibrant. But I think they named it Lento because I believe that means, like, slower. So, lazy, I guess. And then the last piece of fabric I got from them is not part of the fabric of the month, but it is a new collection that they have. It's called the Fantasy Collection, I believe. And they showed it on their videos, but I also am going to show it, and it is called Mermaid's Tail? Yeah, Mermaid's Tail. Look at that. Holy cannoli. I love this. I also don't have plans for this one yet, but oh my gosh, it is so good. It is so good. This is a 32 count linen. This is just a fat quarter, because I really only get the fat halves in my fabric of the month, because I don't need to have fat halves all the time. There are a couple projects that I do plan to start possibly next year that I will need fat halves, but I'm gonna see throughout the year if I get fabric of the months that would like work with the pattern. And I'm not requesting anything specifically because I don't want to like mess up the mojo. You know, like they have ideas, and I don't need to mess up with that mojo. Now, if nothing comes out that I feel like I want to use for those patterns specifically, then yeah, I'll like request something, or I'll find something somewhere. But I have no doubt that something will happen, and I'll be like, this is perfect. So yeah, those are all of my like haul things. I wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about, I know it's only February, but this year I think might be my last year of doing no new starts. I say that now. I could change my mind, but I have started like pulling together a few things, because I have bunches of patterns that I want to start that I didn't start last year, and I have fabric for, because I have like a butt ton of fabric already now at this point, just being into fabric of the month clubs. And so I think that next year I'm not going to be doing no new starts, because I'm going to create one more WIP Go board. So I'll have 3 WIP Go boards going, and I'll put like a bunch of my new start plans onto the WIP Go boards, and I will start them when they are called next year. So I don't want to do no new starts just because I won't be able to start the things when they're called in WIP Go the way that no new starts works, right? So I think next year is going to be a break from no new starts, and then maybe the year after I'll pick it back up. Even if like the actual group is not going, I might just do it for myself because I know how it works for me. And at that point next year, I have 53 WIPs right now, and if I add the amount of WIPs that I want to for a third board, I'll have 19 more, so I'll have a total of 72 WIPs next year. Like, once I start them all. And that won't necessarily happen until December of next year, but that means like in 2024, we're in 2022, right? Yeah. In 2024, I'll have 72 WIPs. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there that I think this year might be my last year, at least consecutively, of doing no new starts, so we'll see. But yeah, I also recently here decided, I know I'm not like a big Mirabilia fan. I have a Mirabilia going, I have two Mirabilias going. They're not like my favorite things to stitch on, but I think that's also just because I messed up on the one and it really makes me mad. I don't hate the other one because I haven't messed up yet. So, but as we all know, I love seasonal stitching. Like, not necessarily stitching in the season, but I love stitching on seasonal things. And I'm late to the game on this one, but the Mirabilia Queens, like the Summer Queen, Spring Queen, all of those ones, I love them. So I actually have, on the way, coming to me, the Winter Queen and the Summer Queen, because they're the only ones that are still in print. So I put a call out in a destash group on Facebook for anyone who might have the Spring Queen that doesn't necessarily want to part with it forever, because all I would want to do is just stitch it and then give the pattern back, or buy the pattern and then still give the pattern back. Like, I don't necessarily need to keep the pattern. I would just want to use it to stitch the piece. So if anybody, I'm going to throw the call out there. I don't know anybody who has it, like, that's willing to give it up. But if anybody is willing to either sell the pattern and then still get it back at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, eventually, if I did start something that somebody wanted the pattern back, I'd probably put that as a focus piece so like it would be done quicker, just so that they can have the pattern back at some point. But if anybody has Spring Queen and would like to part with it for a little while, I'd love to borrow it. And same goes for the Autumn Queen. I currently, knock on wood, have a bid going for an Autumn Queen that's not like super expensive. I say that and then like everybody's gonna go try to find this Autumn Queen. Please don't do that. So we'll see how that goes, but I really would love to stitch them, and I have fabric for some of them that I could use that I like, so I don't know. I always feel weird asking if anybody would be willing to give it up, but it is like, at this point now, becoming a unicorn because I can't find, especially spring, anywhere. So if you know anybody, let them know. I'm looking. Again, would be willing to pay for and then still give back. Just saying. I don't need to keep it forever. I just would love to stitch it. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is not stitching related. So if you are not here for anything that's not stitching related, thanks so much for watching. I think our oil is here. Hold on one second. Well, it was an oil truck, it just wasn't our oil truck. So there's that. Anyway, like I was saying, this is not stitching related. It is, however, a kind of call to action for folks. So if you're interested in being a part of something that means a lot to me, then I'd love for you to stick around. But again, if you are not interested at all, like you're just like, no, don't desire any of that, please feel free to click off. Go find something else to watch. So I, as we all probably know, If you're new here, hi, I own a horse, and I've been riding, for a long time. My horse is a retired racehorse, and racing really is not the point today. While I don't really agree with horse racing, it is not the point. The thing that I would like to bring up is something that happens to a very specific breed of horses, and it has been happening, and it's just recently here been brought back to my attention because I saw something online that was no bueno. The Tennessee walking horse is a very specific type of horse. If you're interested to learn more about it, please go read about it. I'm also not going to bring up anything that people don't want to hear in this video, so don't worry about any gory details of anything. Don't worry, that's not going to happen. But there's a breed, the Tennessee walking horse, and they have specific competitions for these horses. There's a very specific competition that is a very big competition that happens in North Carolina every year, and there is something that they do that is essentially animal cruelty, animal abuse. It is called the Big Lick, and if you're interested in learning about it, go ahead, but it is quite gruesome, and it is hard. It's hard to learn about, but it is called the Big Lick, and it is animal abuse. And these big shows that are supposed to be monitoring for this type of thing don't. They know it's happening, and it's not okay. So I have signed a petition on change.org. I'm going to link that petition down below to stop the Big Lick, and really I'm hoping that this just stops that whole competition from happening, because the competition in itself kind of promotes this. Essentially, the Big Lick, if you actually watch the way a Tennessee walking horse moves, and then you watch somebody who's doing the Big Lick with the Tennessee walking horse, it is pretty much a way to make them exaggerate their movement. And they use very cruel ways of making them do that to the horses. So, all that being said, I do have a link down below to sign the petition to stop this competition from even happening. It is, again, like I said, a very big competition, a nationally recognized competition, and the fact that they still let this happen is just not okay. I don't know when the petition was created, but they are trying to get to 200,000 signatures, and they have, I think, 155,000 right now. And if we do get to 200,000, it would mean that it is one of, if not the biggest, signed petition on change.org. So I would love if you would feel enough to sign the petition. Again, I did not create the petition, but I did sign it. And I do want to stop what's happening, especially to these specific horses. Again, like I said, I don't agree with horse racing either, but I think that industry is so big, it's going to take a lot more than just a petition on change.org to change anything. But these competitions are not in the same realm as horse racing. So I think there is a chance that this could change things. So like I said, if you feel inclined, please do sign. I know my very small amount of people in comparison to that 200,000 subscriber, 200,000 petition signers is small, but I think that we could really make an impact. And if you would like to share it out, please do. Like I said, I didn't really explain what was happening to these horses, but I don't want to go into detail just because it's not something that everybody would want to hear, and I don't want to trigger anyone. just know that it is animal abuse, and it's not okay. So, like I said, if you want to go look it up, feel free, but I will not be sharing any details here. So the petition is down below. Please sign. I really would appreciate it. Otherwise, I think that's it. I know that was like a kind of awful end, but it's something that I care deeply about, just because, you know, I do own a horse, and if it was my horse that, you know, had this happened to, I would be devastated. So I can't believe people are still doing this, and that it's known about, but nothing's changed, especially in nationally ranked competitions. It's just not okay. And I've heard some stories from, you know, people who they've been told to show the gate, the Big Lick gate, and they've said no, and then their score has dropped dramatically because they didn't do this thing. And I just can't believe that that's a thing that's happening, where you're told to do this, and if you don't do it, you get, like, put down for not abusing your horse? I don't know. Very strange to me. But, yeah. Anyway, that's that. I'm so sorry if that was not something that you wanted to listen to. I hope that I mean, I know I didn't go into any detail, so I hope that, you know, this was, you know, not terrible. I also realized that I might lose some subscribers just because this isn't something that people want to hear about on a cross-stitch channel, but again, it is something I care deeply about, and I just want it to stop. So I wanted to throw it out to everybody who would be willing to sign. Anyway, I don't know how to go from here. That is all. That is everything I wanted to talk about today. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah. I hope everybody has a good week. I know it's supposed to get cold again. You know, this whole, like, it's 70, then it's 20, and then it's 70, and it's 20. It's just making me crazy. So hopefully that stops. Hopefully it just starts getting warm and staying warm. So, yeah, I will talk to you all next week. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Rest of the week, weekend, whatever day this is that you're watching. And you just keep stitching through it all. Yeah, I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.